NYC College Prep. It is an honor to have you here in our space to see a Raisin in the Sun play. Some few reminders that we just want to make sure that we say. Please, no flash photography. If you are going to videotape the show with your iPad or your iPhone, please don't hold it up too far above your head so as to block other people from viewing the show. Please also turn off your cell phones. Thank you. And just please be mindful of how you get up and how you exit from your seat, as that can distract the actors on stage. We hope that you enjoy the show and that you come back for more. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or faster like the snore of their blood? Does it sting like a rotten meat? Or constant sugar over like the syrup is sweet? Maybe just dies like it has no. Or does it explode? Does it tangle itself and take me like numb? Having to snip at all the shades of me stuck into a long time? Does it itch like a fast-spreading rash? Or does it disintegrate like perishables being tossed onto city streets? Like raisins stuck, no caption, no imprisoned, in tiny square boxes with no room to roam freely. Interlocked so their arms cannot extend to reach the limits we so desperately wish to grasp. What happens to a dream deferred? Hopes being choked by stereotype after stereotype, suffocating and how softly crying out you can. Does it crawl itself into your captains, help captain there? Like tears slowly sliding off of eyelashes. What happens to a dream deferred?
Come on now, boy. It's 7:30. I said hurry up now, Travis. You ain't the only person in the world gotta use the bathroom. Walter Lee, it's 7:30. Let me see you do some waking up in there. It's after 7:30, I tell you. You better get up from there, man. All right. You just go ahead and let it. And next thing you know, Travis will be out. And Mr. Johnson will be here. And he'll be fussing and cussing around there like a man. And he late too. Walter Lee, it's time for you to get up!
Is he up yet?
What you mean up? He ain't hardly got in there just yet.
What are you doing all that yelling for if I can't even get in there? Check him today?
They said it's Saturday, and it's just right. And I hope to God you're not going to be up first thing in the morning to talk to me about my money. Because I just don't care.
What's the matter with you this morning?
Nothing. Just tired. Kind of angry.
Not scrambled. Paper come? Set off another bomb yesterday. What's the matter with you this morning?
Ain't nothing the matter with me. And don't keep asking me that this morning.
Ain't nobody bothering you. What is that boy doing in that bathroom all this time? He's gonna have to start getting up a whole lot earlier. Can't be being late to work on account of him fooling around in there.
Oh no, he's not gonna be getting up no earlier. It ain't his fault he got a bunch of good for nothing loudmouth sitting up in what's supposed to be his bedroom after 10 o'clock at night.
So that's what you're mad about, ain't it? Things I gotta talk about with my friends just couldn't be important in your mind, could they?
Why are you always trying to smoke in the morning before you eat?
You look real young this morning, baby.
Yeah.
This was the second while you were stirring the eggs. You look real young. It's going now. You look like a selfie.
Shut up on me, y'all.
First thing a man's ought to learn in life is to not make love to no colored woman at 8 o'clock in the morning. Y'all some evil people at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Daddy, come on.
Travis, sit down and have breakfast.
It's Friday, Mama. She ain't coming this morning, hey.
Get your mind off money and eat your breakfast.
Mama, this is the morning we're supposed to bring 50 cents to school.
I ain't got nothing.
Teacher say we have to.
I don't care what teachers say. I ain't got it.
You think maybe Grandma got it?
No. And I want you to stop asking your grandmother for money. You hear me?
I don't ask her sometime, Mama. She just give it to me.
Travis, Willard, I got too much on me this morning to be messing around.
Daddy got it.
Travis!
Mama, can I please go carry some groceries out to school for a little while?
Hush up now, just please. If you're through eating, you can go over there and make up that bed.
That's
Come here.
what?
Come here.
Thank you, Daddy.
Come here. Well, if you don't take a comb to this head from breakfast, why don't you walk up out here looking just like chicken slept in? I just don't know where you get your stuff from. And get a jacket, too. It looks chill out.
Yes, Mama.
Get coffee and milk money. And not a single penny more for no cats. You hear me?
Yes,
Oh, Mama made me so mad sometimes. I just don't know what I do. I wouldn't say goodbye to that woman for nothing in this whole world. Not for anything in this whole world. Now, who's little angry man are you?
Oh, Mama.
Oh, Mama. Now, get on out of here before you late.
Mama, can I please go carry some groceries out to school?
Honey, it's starting to get so cold in here.
Oh, Mama, I need the money.
Sweetie, we don't have the money right now. Just
What is it he wants to do?
go carry groceries out to school at the supermarket.
Well, let him go.
I have to. She won't give me 50 cents.
Why not?
Because we ain't got it.
What you tell him stuff like that for? Here, son.
Thanks, Daddy.
Damn straight.
Damn straight.
Trash!
In fact, here's another 50 cents. Go buy yourself some fruit. Take a taxi cab to school or something.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. That's marvelous. Wanna know what I was thinking in the bathroom today?
No.
Why you gotta be so pleasant?
What's there to be present about?
You wanna know what I was thinking in the bathroom or not?
I know what you was thinking about.
About that deal me and Willie Harris was talking about.
Willie Harris is a good for nothing loud.
Anybody that talks to me has got to be a good for nothing loudmouth. Charlie Atkins was a good for nothing loudmouth too, wasn't he? He wanted me to go into the dry cleaning business with him. And now he's grossing over $100,000 a year, $100,000 a year, and he's still calling him a loudmouth.
Oh, Walter.
You tired, ain't you? Always moaning and groaning around here. But you wouldn't do nothing to help yourself now, would you? You couldn't stand by me for that long for nothing, could you?
Walter, leave me alone.
A man needs for his woman to back him up.
Walter.
Mama will listen to you. She listens to you more than she can me and Ben. She thinks more of you. All you gotta do is just sit down one way, drink a little coffee, just say, look, I've been thinking about that deal Walter Lee's been talking about. And as soon as I get home, I can give her the details. Look, we got it all figured out. Me, Willie, and Bobo.
Bobo?
Yeah. You see, this little liquor store we got in mind costs about $75,000. And then, the initial investment costs $30,000. So that's $10,000 each. Plus there's a couple hundred you gotta put around so you can get your license.
You mean graft?
Don't call it that. Baby, that just shows exactly what women understand about this world. Baby, don't nothing happen in this world unless you pay somebody off.
Walter, leave me alone. Chad, they get cold.
Eat your eggs. Eat your eggs. That's what she says. Eat your eggs. Man say to his woman, I got me a dream. And his woman say, eat your eggs are getting cold. Man say to his woman, I got me a dream. And his woman say, eat your eggs. Go to work. Man say to his woman, I'm choking to death, baby. I need my dream to come true. And his woman say, eat your eggs. They're getting cold.
Walter, that's not none of our money.
I've been thinking about it in the mirror this morning. I'm 35 years old. I got a boy who sleeps on the living room couch. And I don't have to give him the stories about how rich white people live.
Walter, it's your eggs.
Damn my eggs. Damn all the eggs there ever was.
Then go to work.
I'm trying to talk to you about myself, and you can't ever just listen to me.
I listen to you, sweetie. I listen to you every morning, every night, and every evening. And you never said nothing new. So you'd rather be Mr. Arnold than his chauffeur. So I'd rather be living in Buckingham Palace.
That shows exactly what colored women understand about this world. Baby, you have to build your man up. You have to make him feel like he can be somebody, like he can do something.
There are colored men who do things.
No thanks to the colored woman.
Well, I guess being a colored woman, I just can't help myself now.
We want a group of men tied to a race of women with small minds.
I'm happy to start telling most people.
You should get up early.
Really? What you suggest doing? Here's the paper.
Some ugly looking chick at this hour.
Good morning, everybody.
How's school coming?
Lovely. And biology's the greatest. I dissected something that looked exactly like you yesterday.
It's funny. I was just trying to figure out if you figured everything out yet.
It wasn't an answer yesterday morning, and the day before that.
Benny, why you gotta be so rude?
And the day before that, and the day before that.
Well, forgive me for being interested. Okay? Not a lot of girls decide to be a doctor. Okay? Now, did you figure out how much medical school is going to cost or not?
That money belongs to Mama Walter. It's for her to sell what she wants to use it for. I don't care if she want to buy a house, or a rocket ship, or nail it up somewhere and look at it. It's hers, not ours, hers.
You just got your mother's best interest at heart, don't you? She could always take a couple thousand and, help you through medical school, right?
I've never asked anyone around here to do anything for me.
Yeah, okay. And the line between asking and accepting when the time comes is just so big and wide, ain't it?
Funny, right?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Walter, why do you always gotta be picking on your sister? Why don't you get out of here first?
I'm sorry if we make a lot of sacrifices for this family and she never does anything.
Don't be bringing me in this.
You are in it! Don't you get up for the last 3 years and you work in other people's kitchens and for other people's kids just to put clothes on her back?
Walter, that's not fair.
It's not like we're asking you to say, thank you, brother. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Ruth. And thank you, Travis, for wearing the same pair of shoes for the last 2 semesters.
Well, I do, all right? And forgive me for ever wanting to be anything at all.
Hush up. Your mama might hear you.
Who the hell told you to be a doctor anyway? You can't just be a nurse like any other woman. If you're so crazy,
3 years. But you finally got it said. What did you want from me, brother? Did I quit school or drop dead? Which?
You know, he was my father.
He was mine too. And Charles' grandfather. But the money belongs to her. Picking up me, not gonna make her give it to you to invest in liquor stores. And I'm gonna say, bless mama for that.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what she just said?
Walter, go to work.
Nobody wants to listen to me then.
Because you're a nut.
Who's a nut?
You are a nut.
World's most backwards race of people, and that's a fact.
And then all those prophets who lead us out of the wilderness into the swamps.
Benny, why you always gotta be so mean to your brother? Can't you be a little sweeter sometimes?
I need money for coffee.
So this one?
Yes.
Here. Take it.
Who that around here slamming doors at this hour?
That was Walter. He and Benny was out of
My children and their tempers. Lord, if this little plant don't get more something than it's been getting, it ain't never going to see spring again. What's the matter with you this morning, Ruth? You look frightened. You aiming to out all them things? Leave some for me and I'll get to it this afternoon. Benny, it's too drafty for you to be sitting around half dressed. Where's your robe? Well, go get mine and put it on.
Mama, I'm not cold.
I know. You're just so thin.
Mama, I'm not cold.
Lord have mercy. Look at the poor baby. The boy sure do try, don't he?
No, you don't have to, because you know you gotta come right behind him and fix it. You know, spoil that boy some.
Well, he's a little boy. Ain't supposed to know about housekeeping. My baby, that's what he is. What you fixing for breakfast this morning, Ruth?
I feed my son.
I ain't mad with him. I just noticed all last week he had cold cereal, and when it starts to get chilly in the fall, a child ought to have some hot drink before they go out into the cold.
I gave him some hot dogs. Is that right?
I ain't nothing. Put a lot of nice butter on it. You know he likes a lot of butter.
Lena!
What was you and your brother fussing about?
It's not important, Mama.
What was they fighting about?
You know as well as I do.
Brother still worrying himself sick about that money?
You know he is.
You had breakfast?
Some coffee.
Girl, you better start eating and looking after yourself better. You almost a standing strap.
Lena!
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Now, don't you start too, child. It's too early in the morning to be talking about money. It ain't Christian.
I know, it's just... Walter's got his heart set on that store.
You mean that liquor store really had it for him to invest in?
Yeah.
We ain't no business people. We just plain working folk.
Well, ain't nobody business people till they give you business. Well, at least then, some people aren't going to start getting ahead in life until they start gambling on different types of things. Investments and things.
Well, what done got into you? Walter done finally sold you on investing?
No. Mama, something's happening between us. I don't know what it is, but he needs something. Something I can't give him anymore. He needs this chance, right?
But liquor, honey?
Well, I mean, it's just like Walter always says. I expect folks always going to be drinking themselves to liquor.
Well, whether they drinks it or not ain't none of my business. But whether I go into business selling them to them is. And I don't want that on my ledger this late in life. What's the matter with you, Ruth? You look like you could fall over right there.
I'm tired.
Then you better stay home from work today.
I can't stay home from work. She'll call up the ABC screaming about, oh, my girl didn't come in today. Send me a new girl. My girl didn't come in today. I have myself upset.
Well, let her have it. I'll call up and tell her you got the flu.
The flu? What flu?
Does it sound respectable to them? Some white people get too. They know about the flu. Otherwise, you think you just cut up with someone and tell them you're sick.
Well, I gotta go. We need some money.
Somebody would have thought my children doing all but starve the way they talk about money around here lately. Got a great big check coming tomorrow.
You know what you should do, Miss Lena? You should take yourself a trip somewhere to Europe or South America or someplace.
Oh, child.
I'm serious. Just pack up your bags and get away from the family and just have yourself a ball for once in your life.
You sound like I'm just about ready to die. Who go with me? What I look like wandering around Europe by myself?
Shoot, these here white women do it all the time. They don't think nothing about packing up their suitcases, jumping on one of those big old steamships, and swoosh, they gone, child.
Now, something always told me I wasn't no rich white woman.
Well, what are you gonna do with it?
See, I ain't rightly decided. Some of it has got to be put away from beneath her schooling. And ain't nothing gonna touch that part of it. Nothing. Been thinking that maybe we can meet the notes on a little two-story somewhere with a yard for Travis in the summertime. And maybe I can even take on day trip a few days a week again.
Well, Lord knows we've done put enough money into this here rat trap to pay for 4 hours by now.
Rat trap. Yes, that's all it is. I remember just as well the day me and Big Walter moved in here. Hadn't been married but 2 weeks, and they planned on living here for more than a year. We was gonna set away little by little, don't you know? Get a nice house out there in Morgan Park. We had even picked out the house. Looks right dumpy today, but Lord, if you know all the dreams I had about buying and fixing up that house and putting me a garden in the back, until none of it happened.
Yes, life can be a barrel full of disappointments sometimes. I always liked Mr. Younger.
Crazy about his children. Lord knows there was plenty wrong with Walter Younger. Hard-headed, mean, kind of wild with the women. Plenty wrong with him. But he was one to love his children. Always wanted them to have something, be something. That's where brother gets these notions already. Big Walter used to say sometimes he'd get right wet in the eyes, and he'd lean his head back with the water still in his eyes and say, seemed like God didn't see fit to give a black man nothing but dreams, but he did give him children, which made those dreams seem worthwhile. He could talk like that, don't you know?
Yeah, he sure could. Oh, he was a good man, Mr. Younger.
Yes, he's a fine man. He just could never catch up with his dreams, that's all.
What could be so dirty on that woman's robe? She got a vacuum it every single day.
I wish some young women around here I could name would take up certain inspirations about cleaning certain houses I could also mention.
I'm just saying, how much cleaning could a house need for Christ's sake?
Bonita! Ooh, she just fresh as salt.
If the salt for their savior.
Bonita,
Mama,
you better get your freshman jaw slack. You hear me? That's just what she needs.
I'm 20 years old. Why can't I say what I want around here like everyone else?
Because it don't sound nice for young girls to say things like that. And you wasn't brought up that way. Me and your daddy went through trouble to get you and your brother down to that church every single Sunday.
Mama, you don't understand. It's all a matter of I did. And God is the one I don't accept. There is no blessed God. There is only man, and it is he who creates miracles.
Now you say after me, in my mother's house, there is still God. In my mother's house, there is still God.
In my mother's house, there is still God.
There are just some ideas we ain't going to have in this house. Not as long as I'm head of this family. And so you got trees like that. You think you're a woman, but you're still a little girl.
I see. And also see all y'all around here think it's alright for me to act like a tyrant. But the tyranny in the world would never put a God in the heaven.
She said she was sorry.
They frighten people, my children.
Oh, you're not good children, Miss Lena.
No, something come down between me and them that don't let us understand each other. I'm not sure what it is. One tends to talk about things that I don't understand in no form or fashion, and the other than nearly lost his mind talking about money all the time. What's changing?
Now, Lena, you're taking this all too seriously. You got good children. They're just strong-willed, and it takes a strong woman like you to keep them in here.
They spirited all right. Gotta admit they got spirit, Benny and Walter. Just like this little old plant that ain't never had no sunlight or nothing. Look.
You sure loves that old plant, don't you?
Well, I always wanted me a garden like the ones I seen at the back of the houses down home. This plant here was the closest I ever got to getting one.
Lord, ain't nothing as dreary as a view out this window on a dreary day, is it? Why are you not singing this morning, Ruth? Singing at no waste time. It always lifts me up so. Ruth! Ruth, honey!
Yo, what's that? Grandma, that stuff Betty uses smell awful. Can I go outside, please?
Did you get all them chores done already? I ain't see you doing much.
Yes, sir. I finished early. Where Mama go?
She had to run an errand. Hello? Yeah. Willie House here.
Hello, Willie. Did you get the papers from the lawyer? No. All right. Mail me on this again until 10:30, man. Yeah, I'll be there right away. All right.
Grandma, can we go outside?
I guess so. And make sure you stay right in front of the house and keep a good lookout for the postman.
Yes, sir. Leave them poor little roaches alone. Yeah, look out now.
I ain't never heard of a thing over that little boy. Mama, where did Moon go? She went to the doctor, I think. You don't think? Now, I ain't saying what I think, but I ain't never been one to be wrong about no woman either. Hello? Are you back now? How was it? Yeah, we cleaned it. Mama hates it if I let anyone here with the house like this. Oh, what the hell? Come on over. Are you dirty? Who that you inviting over here with this house looking like this? You ain't got the pride you was born with, girl. This is a saw guy. He's an intellectual. He don't care how the house looks. Who? A saw guy, the boy in metal campus. And what's his name? Saw guy. He's from Nigeria. That's the country that was founded by slaves way back. Mama, that's Liberia. I don't think I never met no African before. Well, do me a favor. And don't ask all those ignorant questions about if they wear shoes and stuff. Well, I guess if you think you're so ignorant around here, you shouldn't bring your friends here. Mama, it's not that, but it's just like, all anyone seems to know about Africa is Tarzan. Why should I know anything about Africa? Why do you pay money to missionary work? Well, that's to help save people. Not much heathenism. Yeah.
Well, I guess from all the happy faces, everybody knows.
You pregnant? I sure do hope it's a little girl. Travis ought to have a sister. How far along?
2 months.
You planned it? I mean, was it an accident? Girl, what you know about planning or not planning? Mama.
You know, she's 20 years old.
Exactly. So, did you plan it?
Mind your business.
What you mean mind my business? It is my business. Where's it gonna live? On a roof? I don't mean that. I'm happy for you. It's a wonderful thing.
Wonderful.
Doctor said everything gonna be all right?
Yeah, she said everything's gonna be fine.
She. What doctor you went to?
Mama, you should have seen that rat outside. Big as a cat. Oh, it's like this big. Oh. That rat is really cut like boom. The janitor caught him by the head. So did Mr. Burke. And Mr. Money caught him with the stick. The rat was stuck in the corner like, trying to look for him. Bam! 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 Oh! Got out. It was still alive. There was blood everywhere across the street. Mama, there was blood everywhere.
Talking on that terrible stuff. You went outside.
Let that rat come.
Not the little rat. What's the matter, Luke? Are you sick?
I'm fine.
Mom, is Luke okay? She'll be all right. Woman gets right depressed when they get her way. Now you just sit back and relax. Don't think about nothing at all. Nothing at all. must rest a while and then have some nice food. Come on in.
Hello, Ohio.
Hello. Well, come on in. And please excuse everything. My mother was very upset about my letting anyone here with talk like you.
You alright? You look disturbed.
Yes, all about the cute ghetto whiteness. So how's Canada?
Canadian.
I'm very
Are you really?
Yes, very.
Seem quite glad when I went away. What happened?
You went away. Before you want to be so serious before there was time.
How much time must there be before you know what you feel?
What did you get me?
Open it and see.
You want that for me? How beautiful.
I shall have to teach you how to drape it properly. You worked well. Very well. Mutilated hair and all.
My hair? What's wrong with my hair?
Were you born with it like that?
No. Of course not.
Then how?
As crinkly as yours.
And is it ugly to you that way?
No, not ugly, but it's just so hard to management as well. Raw.
And so to accommodate that, you mutilate it every week?
It's not mutilation.
Please, I'm only teasing you because you're so very serious about these things. Do you remember the first time you met me at school? You came up to me, and I thought you were the most serious thing I've ever seen. You said, Mr. Asagai, I wish to speak with you very much about Africa. You see, Mr. Asagai, I'm trying to find my identity. Is it true that this is not so much the profile of a Hollywood queen, and so much the profile of the Queen of the Nile? But what does it matter anyway? Assimilationism is so popular in your country.
I am not an assimilationist.
Such a serious one. So do you like the robes? You must take excellent care of them. They are from my sister's personal wardrobe.
You want them ordering from home for me?
For you, I would do much more. Well, that is all I came for. I must go.
Are we calling like this?
Yes, we have a great deal to talk about. Identity and time and all that.
Time.
About how much time you need to know what you feel.
See, you never understood that there should be more than one feeling that should exist between a man and a woman. Or at least there should be.
No. Between a man and a woman, there should be only one feeling. And I have that for you now. Even this moment.
I know, I can find it anywhere. Oh.
For a woman, it should be enough.
I know, that's what it says in all those novels that these men write. But I'm not interested in being someone's American episode. At least one of them. That's funny as hell, huh?
It's just that every American girl I've talked to has said the same thing. White, black, and this, you're all the same. And the same speech, too. Oh my gosh. It's how you can make sure the world's most liberated women aren't liberated at all.
Oh, Mama, this is Mr. Asaga.
How do you do, Miss? Please forgive me for coming at such an outrageous hour on a Saturday.
You are quite welcome. I hope you do understand our house doesn't always look like this. You must come again. I would love to hear more about your country. I think it's so sad that our American Negroes don't know nothing about Africa except Tarzan and all that. And all that money they pour into these churches when they should be helping you people over there drive out the French and Englishmen that are taking over your land.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many miles is it to here from where you come from?
Many thousands, many.
I expect you don't have to look after yourself. You better come around here from time to time to get you some home-cooked meals.
Thank you. Well, I must go. I'll call you Monday, alive.
What's that he call you?
Oh, I hope you don't mind. It's what you would call a nickname, I think. It is a Yoruba word. I'm a Yoruba.
Wait, I thought he was from.
Nigeria is my home country. Yoruba I mean,
You're being big.
no, I'm not. No, the sense of a thing can be so different when it changes languages.
You could be calling me a little idiot or something. What does it mean?
Hold on. It means for whom bread, food isn't enough for. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Well, that's nice. You must come again, Mr.
The name is Asadai, Joseph Asadai.
Yes, come again.
Well, goodbye.
I guess I see why we done commenced to get so interested in Africa around here.
Oh, Mama.
What's the matter, girl? Why you cracking up? Oh, mama.
She's resting now. Travis, run next door to Miss Johnson and get me some kitchen cleanser.
Travis, I just came in.
Do as you're told.
That's
And who told you to get up? Ain't nothing wrong with me being lining up that for. Where Bingo go? Far as I can make out to Egypt.
yeah. She said to tell you she ain't got much kitchen cleanser. I saw a whole thing.
Lord, some people I can name sure as tight-fisted.
Maybe the woman's just short on food.
Much baking powder she done borrowed from me, she could have gone into the baking business.
Boy, get down the steps.
Yes, ma'am.
You mean it done really come?
Oh, Miss Felina, it's here.
Now, I don't know what we all so excited about. It's just a check.
Well, that's a whole lot different from having it come, being able to hold in your hands a piece of paper with $10,000.
Open it, Grandma.
Open it.
Open it.
Lord have mercy, I wish Mr. Lee was here.
What's in it? What's in it? Open it. Open it.
I don't got no glasses. Travis, is that the right amount of zeros?
Yes, ma'am. That's $10,000. $10,000. I'm rich. Grandma, you rich. Yeah. I'm rich. Mama, is Grandma happy about being rich?
Honey, why don't you go outside and play?
Mama, that's 10 G's.
Go ahead.
10 racks.
You know, go on and got yourself some stuff.
I expect if it wasn't for you all, I'd just put that money in the church or...
Now, Lena, you know Mr. Young will turn over in his grave hearing you talk like that.
He sure would. We got enough to do with that money, all right. Where did you go today, girl?
To the doctor.
Now, Ruth, you know better than that. Oh, Dr. Jones is strange in his way, but ain't nothing that strange about him. That make you slip and call him she like you done this morning.
Well, that's just what I did. Not too slipped.
You went to that woman, didn't you?
Well, what were you talking about?
That woman who...
Did it come?
Can't you give people a Christian greeting before you start talking about money?
Did it come? Oh. $10,000. Ooh. Oh, Mama, look. Willie Harris put all
Son,
down.
I think you ought to talk to your wife. I'll go on out and leave it to alone if you like.
I can talk to her later, Mama.
Son,
Will somebody please listen to me today?
I don't allow no yelling in this house, so you know this, Walter. And there won't be no investing in no liquor stores.
Mama, you ain't even looked at it yet.
I don't aim to have to speak on that again.
You ain't even looked at it, and you don't aim to have to speak on it yet. You haven't even looked at it, and you decide. You tell that to my boy tonight. When he put him to bed on the living room couch. And he tell that to my wife. Every time she's looking after somebody else's kid. And he tell it to me, Mama. Every time we need a new pair of curtains, and I gotta see you working up the people's kitchens. You tell me that.
Where you going?
Going out.
I'll come with you.
I don't want you to go.
Well, I gotta tell you something.
That's too bad.
Walter Lee, sit down.
I'm a grown man, Mama.
Ain't nobody saying you wasn't wrong, but you still in my house and my presence. And as long as you are, you'll talk to your wife civil. Now sit down.
Well, let him go and drink himself to death. You make me sick to my stomach.
Yo, you turned mine too, baby. That was my biggest mistake.
What's the matter with you, Walter?
Mad with me. Mad with me ain't nothing mad with me.
Yes, there is. Something's eating you up like a crazy man, and it's something more than me not giving you this money. For the past few years, I've been watching it happen to you. You get all nervous acting and wilding out. I said sit there now, I'm talking to you.
Mama, I don't need no nagging at me today.
Seem like you get into a place where you always tied up in some kind of knot about something. And if anybody asks you about it, you just yell at them and bust out of here and goes and drink somewhere. Walter, people can't live like that. Now, Ruth, she a patient good girl in her way, but you get it to be too much, boy. Don't you make the mistake of driving that girl away from you.
What'd she ever do for me?
She loves you.
I gotta go. I need to be by myself.
I'm sorry about your liquor store, son. I just don't feel it was the right thing for us to do.
You gotta go.
It's dangerous.
What's dangerous?
When a man has to go outside his home for peace.
Why can't there never be no peace in this house then?
You would have found it at some other house?
No, Mama, there ain't no other woman. Why do women always think there's another woman when a man gets restless? Mama, do you know what this money can do for us? What this money means to me? Mama, I want so many things.
Yes, son.
I want so many things, it's driving me kind of crazy. Mama, look at me.
I'm looking at you. You a good-looking boy. You got a nice wife, a job, a fine boy.
A job. Mama, a job. I open and close car doors all day long. And I say, yes, sir, no, sir. Shall I take the drive, sir? Mama, that ain't no type of job. That ain't nothing at all. If only I could make you understand, Mama.
Understand what?
Sometimes I can see it stretched out in front of me. The end of my days. There's nothing but darkness. And sometimes I go downtown, past those cool-looking restaurants, and I see those white boys. They just talking. You know what they do? They turn deals worth millions. And some of them aren't much older than I am.
Son, how come you talk so much about money?
Because it's life, Mama.
Oh, now it's life. Money is life. Once upon a time, freedom used to be life, but now it's money. I guess times really do change.
No, Mama, it was always money. We just didn't know about it.
No, something has changed. You something new, boy. In my days, we was worried about not being lynched and getting to the north if we could, and how to stay alive and still have a pinch of dignity too. Now here come you and Benita. Talk about things we didn't even thought about, Harley, me and your daddy. Ain't you proud of nothing that we done? That you had a home? That we kept you out of trouble till you was grown? That you ain't got to ride to work on the back of nobody's streetcar?
Mama, you just don't understand.
Do you know your wife is expecting another baby? That's what she wanted to tell you about. Now, this ain't my business to be telling, but I think you ought to know. I think she's thinking about getting rid of that baby, Walter.
Ruth wouldn't do that.
When the world gets ugly enough, a woman will do whatever she has to for her family. The part that's already living.
You don't know Ruth if you think she would do that.
Yes, I would too, Walter. I already gave her a $5 down payment.
Wow. Well, son. I'm waiting to hear you say something. I'm waiting to hear how you be your father's son. Be the man he was. Your wife says she's going to destroy your child, and I'm waiting to hear you talk like him and say we are people who give children life, now we take it away. I'm waiting to see you stand up and be the man your father was.
Ruth.
Well, if you a son of mine, tell her. You a disgrace to your father's memory. Somebody gave me my hat.
The youngest do well. Being a black poor family, not everything is swell. Each have a wish and a dream. All high hopes, or so does it seem. The family
what is correct. Investment is great, says Stonewall to Lee. Opening a liquor store, he thinks, is the key. Benny the intellect has a plan of her own to become a doctor and make herself known. Aside from her children's great aspirations, Mama's dream house is the foundation. Benny the intellect has a plan of her own. However, Walter's dream begins to crash when his partner runs off with some of the cash. In addition, she and Walter are gonna have a second child without a doubt. All is occurring and tension becomes dark while Mama is buying a house in Clybourne Park. This neighborhood community is entirely white. There aren't any blacks anywhere in sight.
And what have we got on tonight?
You were looking at a well-dressed Nigerian woman wears. Isn't it beautiful? Enough of this assimilation is junk. A come
What kind of dance is that?
It's a folk dance.
Honey, we gotta folk do that dance.
It's a dance of welcome.
And who are you welcome?
The men back to the village.
Where they been?
How should I know? I'll hunt him or something.
Yeah, in Ethiopia, she got both her hands together.
And Africa sure is claiming them all tonight.
Shut up. I'm digging them drums. Them drums move me. In my heart of hearts, I am much warrior.
In your heart of hearts, you are much drunker.
Me and Jomo, that's my man, Kenyatta. Flame the spit out there. A Comagosian. Say it with me now. Say,
Oh, come on, go,
here we go. A Comagosian. Do you hear them? Y'all hear them, right? Do you hear the screeching of the chickens in yonder hills? Preparing the great generals for the upcoming war. Preparing us for the new time. Black brother.
Black brother hair. Look, we're going to the theater. We're not going to be in it. Go change. What in the name of? What you done to your head? I mean, your hair.
Nothing except cut it off. Cut it off is an understatement. That's what you ain't done to it, that's the problem. You expect this boy to go out here with your head looking nappy like this?
That's up to George. He's ashamed of his own heritage.
Oh, don't be so proud of yourself just because you look eccentric.
How can something natural be eccentric?
That's what being eccentric means. Being natural. Get dressed.
I don't like that boy. Jenny, why must you and your brother always pick a fight out of everything people say?
Because I hate assimilationist Negroes.
Will somebody please tell me what assimil whoever means?
Oh, it's just the college girls' way of calling people Uncle Tom. But that's not what it means at all.
Well, what does it mean?
Let me tell you. It means someone who's willing to give up his own culture and submerge himself completely in the dominant. And in his case, oppressive culture.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Here we go. A lecture on the African past, on our great West African heritage. First, we hear about the Great Ashanti Empire, and then the Songhai civilization, and the great sculptures of Benin, and then some poetry and the dances, and the whole monologue will end with the word health. Let's face it, baby, your heritage is nothing but a bunch of raggedy-ass spirituals and grass huts.
Grass huts? See that you will stand there, you're splendid and you're ignorant, talking about the first people smell on the face of the earth. The attack was from such government with the group still attacking up in your back.
Have a seat, George. Warm, ain't it? I mean, for September. But it's just like they say about Chicago weather. If it's too hot, or if it's too cold for you, just give it a second. It'll change. They say it's got something to do with all those bombs that keep blowing off. You want a nice cold beer?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't want a beer. I hope she hurries up.
What time is the show?
Oh, it's an 8:30 curtain, but that's just in Chicago. In New York, standard curtain time is 8:40.
Oh, you get to New York often?
A few times a year.
Wow, I've never been to New York before.
New York ain't got nothing Chicago. Just a bunch of hustling people being Eastern.
Oh, you've been?
Plenty of time.
Walter the Younger.
Plenty. Well, we got a drink in this house. They don't know how to entertain. They don't know how to entertain people in this house, man. Where's Mama? Where's Mama?
She ain't come back yet.
Why all you college boys with them weird-looking, sparkly black shoes?
Walter.
I mean, they look crazy as hell. Sparkly shoes, and it's raining outside all the time.
Walter, it's the college style.
Style, they look like those black knee socks we need to be wearing out here all the time. Ah! Oh my God. Yeah.
Walter.
Oh, Walter, oh, Walter. Yo, how's the old man making up? I hear he's doing some work on the job. Smooth move. I want to think like he does. Big. Invest big, gamble big, lose big if you have to. You know, there's nobody on this whole south side of Chicago that thinks like I do. I got me some ideas and I want to talk to your pops. Someday.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to do that, Walter.
Whenever you get the chance. I know you're a busy little boy, huh?
Walter, please.
I see you all walking around with your books tucked under your arms, going to your classes, learning your sociology and the psychology, but they teaching you how to be a man. They're teaching you how to run a steel mill or rubber plantation. They're teaching you how to run the world. No. It's to talk proper, read books, and wear those sparkly looking shoes.
You're all wrapped up with bitterness, man.
And you, ain't you lit, man? Don't you see no stars gleaming in the near future that you can't reach out and grab? You happy? You contented son of a gun, you happy?
Walter, ain't you with nobody?
No, because ain't nobody with me, not even my own mother.
That's a terrible thing to say, Walter.
Wow. Oh, hey. You look great.
Yo, what's up with your head? So that's what they mean by the African bush.
You know something? It's sharp. I like it. It really is.
Yes, I think so too.
Oh, no. No. You might have to pinch your head or something.
See you later.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, Prometheus.
Who's Prometheus?
I don't know, don't worry about it.
See, they get to a point where they don't know how to insult you man to man.
How do you know it was an insult? Maybe Prometheus was a nice fellow.
Meekest, look at that simple-minded clown.
Walter.
Don't start.
Start what?
You're nagging. Where was I? Who was I with? How much money did I spend?
Why don't we just sit down and try something?
I've been out talking with people who care about the things I got in my mind.
I guess that means people like Willie Harris?
Yes, people like Willie Harris.
Why don't you all just get in the baking business already and stop talking about it?
Why? You want to know why? Because we tied to erase people that don't know how to do nothing but moan, pray, and have babies.
Walter, why can't you stop fighting?
Who's fighting you? Who cares about you?
Well, I guess I might as well go to bed then. I don't know where we lost it, but we have. I'm sorry about this new baby, Walter. I guess I might as well just finish what I started. I guess I just didn't really realize how bad things was with me. I guess I just didn't really. You want some hot milk?
Hot milk?
Yes, hot milk.
Why hot milk?
After you come home with all that liquor in your stomach, you need something hot.
I don't want no hot milk.
Some coffee, please?
No, I don't want no coffee. I don't want nothing hot to drink. Why are you always trying to feed me?
What else can I give you, Walter?
It's been rough ain't it, baby. I guess there just isn't as much understood between two folks as just people generally think there is. Like you and me. How we get to a place where we can't talk softly to each other? Why do you think it gotta be like that, Ruth?
I don't know. I think about it a lot.
On account of you and me, I mean, how it feels like something came down between us.
Well, there ain't so much between us. Now when you come and try and talk to me, or even try to be with me.
Sometimes I don't even know how to try.
Walter?
Yes.
Remember how we used to talk when Travis came home? About the kind of life we lived, the kind of house we had? It's all starting to slip away from us now.
Whew. Whew. Them steps are longer than they used to be.
Mom,
How you
where have you
feeling,
been?
Ruth?
Where have you been?
Whew. Where's my baby Travis?
I let him go out early and he still ain't come back yet. That boy's gay.
Mom,
Yes, son.
where did you go this afternoon?
I went downtown to tend to some business I had to tend to.
What kind of business?
You know better than to question me like a child brother.
Mom, you didn't go do something crazy with that insurance money, right?
Mama,
Mama, I never thought
Now you know that money your grandma got in the mail this morning, right?
yes, sir.
What you think she done gone and done with that money?
I don't know.
She went out and she bought you a house. You glad about the house? It's gonna be yours when you get to be a man.
Yeah, I always wanted to live in a house.
I give you some sugar.
Now get on in that room and get ready for your beating. Come on now. Come on. Get your money room now. So you went and did it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank God. Hallelujah. Walter, honey, be glad. A home. A home. Well, where is it? How big is it? How much is it going to cost?
Well,
Where are we moving?
first of the month.
Oh, praise God! Hallelujah! Walter, honey, be glad.
You want me to be glad?
It's just a plain old house, but it'll be ours and it's built good and solid. Walter, it makes a difference in a man when he can walk on floors that belong to him.
Well, where is it?
Claiborne Park.
Where?
406 Claiborne Street, Claiborne Park.
Mama, there ain't no couple people living in Claiborne Park.
Well, I guess it's gonna be some now.
So that's the peace and comfort you done went out and bought for us today, right?
Well, I never been one to be afraid of no crackers, but... Well, Wasn't there no other houses anywhere?
Honey, all them houses they had out there, way in them areas for the colored, all seemed to cost twice as much as these other houses. I did the best I could, y'all.
Well, all I got to say is, if it's my time in life, my time to say goodbye to these goddamn cracking walls and these marching roaches and this little bitty closet, which ain't now or never been no excuse for a kitchen, then I say good aloud for all to hear. Hallelujah! And goodbye misery. I don't never want to see your ugly face again. Well, let's go. Gotta go check on Travis. Lord, I sure don't feel like being nobody tonight.
I wish you'd say something, son. I wish you'd say how deep inside you think I done the right thing.
What you need for me to say you done right for, Mom? You the head of this family. You run our lives like you want to. It's your money, and you deal what you want with it. So what you need for me to say you done right for me? So what if you butchered up a dream of mine? You, who's always talking about your children's dreams.
Walter Lee!
My favorite part of the play was when the lady the lady was very upset.
Okay, whatever you say. Look, we had a nice evening. Let's not spoil it.
I'm trying to talk to you.
We always talk.
Yes, and I love to talk.
I know it, and I don't mind it sometimes. Look, cut that out. The moody stuff. I don't like it. You're a nice looking girl all over. As for myself, I want a nice, simple, sophisticated looking girl. Not a post, okay?
Why are you so angry?
Because it's stupid. I'm not going out with you for the nature of quiet desperation or to hear all about your thoughts. Because the world will go on thinking what it thinks regardless.
So why read books? Why go to school?
It's simple. You read books to get facts, to get the grade, to pass the course. That's it. It has nothing to do with your thoughts.
I see. Good night, George.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Sugar.
Hey, George, how you feeling?
Fine, fine. How are you?
Oh, a little tired. You know them steps can get you after a day's work. Well, bye now.
Good night.
Hey, honey, what you sitting like that for?
I'm just saying.
Didn't you have a nice time?
No.
No. What's the matter?
Mama, George is a fool.
Is he?
Yes.
Well, then I guess you better not waste your time on no food.
Mama,
Yeah.
thank you.
For what?
For understanding me this time.
Now don't you fool with any of that stuff in.
Oh, I just thought I sorted a few things out. Is brother here?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Black people always gotta make a beat, honey. Oh, hello there, Johnson.
Hello there yourself. How you doing this evening? I'm fine, Miss Johnson. How are you?
I'm fine. Oh, Amy's trying to poke out her head. Oh, ain't we getting ready around here? Oh, yes, sir. Look at here. I'm telling the youngsters really getting ready to move on up a little higher. Bless God.
Bless God.
He's good, ain't he?
Oh, yes, he is.
I know sometimes he works in mysterious ways, but he works, don't he?
Yes, he does.
I'm just so happy for y'all. And this here child could pop open with happiness. We're all the rest of the family.
Well, Benny's going to bed, and we all about to...
Ain't no sickness done hit you, I hope.
No, she just tired. She's out this afternoon.
Ain't that lovely? She's still going out with the little Murkison boys?
Mm-hmm.
That's lovely. You sure got some lovely children, younger. Me and Isaiah talks all the time what fine children you're blessed with. We sure do.
Wolf, can you give me Johnson a piece of sweet potato pie and some milk?
Oh, honey, I can't stay hardly a minute. I just checked in to see if there's anything I could do. I guess y'all seen what's all over the paper this week.
No, I didn't get mine yet this week.
You mean you read about some colored people that was bombed out their place out there? Ain't it something how bad these here white folks is getting in Chicago? Lord, so you think you're going out Mississippi? Of course, I think it's wonderful if folks keep on pushing out. You hear some of these Negroes around here talk about how they want it and all that, but not me, honey. Well, I mean, old Teller Johnson goes anywhere, anytime she feels like it. Yes, I do. Why, if we left it up to these here crackers, the poor niggas won't have nothing. Well, I guess you don't allow that word in your house.
No, I don't allow it.
Me either. I was just telling Isaiah yesterday when he come using it in front of me. I said, Isaiah, it's just so what Miss Young says all the time.
Don't you want some more pop?
No, thank you. This was lovely. I gotta get on over home and have my midnight coffee. I hear some people can't sleep, but listen, I done had that last cup of coffee. My midnight coffee, I calls it.
Well then, Ruth, can you give Miss Johnson a cup of coffee, please?
Where's Bennett tonight?
He's lying down.
Sure gets his beauty rest. Good-looking man. Sure is a good-looking man. I guess that's why we keep on having babies around here. One thing about brother is that he knows how to have a good time and so ambitious. I bet it's his idea y'all moving out to Cloudborn Park. Lord, I bet this time next month their name's in the papers plenty. Negroes invade Cloudborn Park. Bomb.
Well, we ain't exactly moving out there to get bombed, Miss Johnson.
Oh, honey, I'm praying to God every day that don't nothing like that happen. But you have to think of life like it is. And these here Chicago peckerwoods, some bad peckerwoods.
We done thought about all of that, Miss Johnson.
Oh, hello there, Benny.
Hello, Mrs. Johnson.
How is school?
Fine, thank you.
Getting so she thinks she don't have much say to anybody.
The child was on her way to the bathroom.
I know, but she acts like she ain't got the time to pass with ain't nobody been to college. Or I ain't criticizing her none. It's just, you know how some of our young people get when they get a little education. Yes, well, I guess I better be going. Of course I can say how proud she must be, being the only one in the family to make something of herself. I know just being a chauffeur ain't never satisfied Brother Nunn. He shouldn't feel like that, though. Ain't nothing wrong with being a chauffeur.
There's plenty.
What?
There's plenty wrong with it. My husband said being any kind of a servant wasn't a fit thing for a man to have to be. He said a man's hands was made to make things and turn the earth with, not to drive nobody's street car for him or carry their slop jars. And my boy's just like him. He wasn't fit to wait on nobody.
The youngest is too much for me. You got a sure one active bunch of color codes. Well, I think what Booker T. Washington said that time. Education has spoiled a many good plowed hands.
Is that all what Booker T said?
He sure did.
Sounds just like him, the fool.
He was one of our great men.
And who said so?
You know me and you are never agreeing on some things being younger. Well, I guess I better be going.
Good night.
Oh, you can keep the paper. Good night.
Lord, if ignorance was gold.
Hush up, girl. Don't be talking about people behind their back.
Why? You do.
I'm old and collected. No, Benito, I just didn't like the way you talked to Miss Johnson.
Mama, if there are two things we as black people have to overcome, one is the Ku Klux Klan, the other is Mrs. Johnson.
Smart at it.
I'll get it.
Ain't this a possible place tonight?
Hello? Just a minute. Walter, it's Mrs. Arnold. Hello? Yes, this is his wife speaking. Well, he's lying down right now. Well, he's been very sick. He'll be in tomorrow. Yes. Yes, I know we should have called, but we were so sure he'd be able to come in tomorrow. Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. Yes, thank you very much. Walter, that was Mrs. Arnold.
Was it?
She said if you don't come in tomorrow, she's getting herself a new man. She said Mr. Arnold's had to take a cab for 3 days. Walter, you ain't been to work in 3 days?
That's right.
Well, you've been Walter Lee Younger. You're gonna lose your job.
So?
Oh, Walter, with your mama working like a dog every day.
That's sad. Everything is just so sad.
What you been doing for these 3 days, son?
Mama, you don't know what a man without leisure can finally do in this city. What's this, Friday night? Well, Wednesday, I went and borrowed Willie Harris's car. Went for a drive. Just me, myself, and I drove and drove down past South Chicago. And I parked the car. And I just stared at the steel mill. I just sat there and I stared at those chimneys for hours. It's beautiful, really. Huh.
So you didn't go to work?
Nope. I don't care about work no more. I quit. It's all your fault. Let that sink in.
Walter, I've been wrong. I've been doing to you what the rest of this world been doing to you.
No. Mama, you ain't never been wrong about nothing, Mama.
Listen to me now. I say I've been wrong. Walter, what you ain't never understood is that I ain't got nothing, don't own nothing, and ain't never really wanted nothing that wasn't for you. There ain't nothing that's precious to me. There ain't nothing worth holding on to. Money, dreams, nothing else. If it means it's gonna destroy my boy. Now I gave the man $3,500 down in the house, and that leaves $6,500. Now Monday morning, put $3,000 in the savings account for Benita and her schooling, and the rest of that money, you put in a checkings account with your name on it. Now that's all I got in this world, and I'm putting it into your hands. I'm telling you to be the man in the house like you're supposed to be.
You really trust me like that, Mama?
I ain't never stopped trusting you, like I ain't never stopped loving you.
What's the matter, Daddy? You drunk?
Nah. That ain't never gonna be drunk again.
All right. Oh, good night, Daddy.
Wait. I feel like talking to you tonight.
About what, Daddy?
Son, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a bus driver, Dad.
Oh, what?
Bus driver. What's wrong with that?
That ain't nothing to want to be, man. It's not big enough. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, Daddy, because Mama asked me the same question. When she does, I say, I want to be just like Daddy. And then she says, child, don't be like him. And I'm like, I don't know what to be, Mama. And then other days she's like, yes, your father's a great example. Be like him.
Well, one day when he's 17, I'm going to be coming from downtown from my offices.
Daddy, you don't work in no office.
I know there ain't no offices, but after tonight, there's going to be a whole lot of offices.
What you gonna do tonight, Daddy?
You wouldn't understand. I'm going to make a transaction that's going to change our lives. Just tell me where you want to go to school, son, and you'll go. Just tell me what you want to be, and you'll be it. You say the word, and I'll hand you the world.
Thank you.
Honey, look at this opportunity that I got to myself. Look at here. Hand turn, hand.
How you want to turn yourself off there?
Oh. Well, it's bound for something in the whole house. Anyway, we're still gonna do it past up. Oh, Benny, I meant to put a special note in that package there. That's your mom's good child. She wants him to be extra careful.
I'll do it.
You know what me and Walter did last night?
What?
We went to the movies.
So glad.
We went to the movies. You know when the last time me and Walter went to the movies?
When?
I don't know, that's how long it's been. But we went last night, and the picture wasn't all that good, but it didn't seem to matter. We went to the movies, and we held hands. We held hands, and you know what else? When we came out of the movies, it was late and dark, and not too many people was outside. Most of the stores were closed, but we kept holding hands, me and Walter.
told me about to play some slow music up in here. Oh, God. Talk about old-fashioned Negroes.
What kind of Negroes?
How do you do, miss? I'm looking for Mrs. Lena Younger.
Bravo, Ruth! There's a white man at the door.
Thank you.
Is it business?
Yes. Well, of a sort.
I'm Mrs. Younger's son. I look after all of her business matters.
Hello, my name is Carl Lindner.
Walter Lee. This is my wife, Ruth, and my sister.
How do you do?
What can we do for you today, Mr. Linder?
Well, I am a representative of the Claiborne Park Improvement Association, and we had brought it to our attention at the last meeting that you people, or at least your mother, Mrs. Lena Younger, have bought a piece of residential property at 406 Claiborne Street.
That's right. You thirsty? You want a beer? Get this man a beer.
Oh, no, really. I mean, thank you very much, but no thank you.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure how much you folks know about our organization. It is one of these community organizations set up to look after, things like Lock Up KIPP and special projects. And we also have what we call our New Neighbors Orientation Committee.
And what do they do?
Well, it's what you might call sort of welcoming committee, I guess. I mean, I'm the chairman of the committee, go around and see the new people who move into the neighborhood and sort of give them a lowdown on the way we do things out in Claiborne Park.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's basically a community service that helps us get along with the new neighbors. And we also have a category of what the association calls special community problems.
And what are some of those?
Let the man talk.
Thank you. I would sort of like to explain this kind of thing in my own way. I mean, I want to explain to you guys in a certain way.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm going to try to get right to the point. I'm sure we'll all appreciate that in the long run. Well...
Would you like another chair? You don't look comfortable.
No, please. Well, to get right to the point, I'm sure you people must be aware of some of the incidents which have happened in various parts of the city when colored people have moved in certain areas. Well, because what I think is going to be a unique type of organization in American community life is what we're going to have out there in the neighborhood, not only do we deplore that kind of thing, but we're trying to do something about it.
Say that again.
We feel that most of the trouble in this world, when you come right down to it, most of the trouble in this world exists because people just don't sit down and talk to each other. That we just don't take enough time in this world to understand the other fellow's problem.
That's
the other
right.
fellow's point of view.
That's right.
That's the way we feel out in Claiborne Park. And that's the reason why I was selected to come talk to you this here afternoon. Friendly, like,
The welcoming committee.
friendly, like, the way people should talk to each other. And see if we couldn't find a way to work things out. As I say, this whole business is a matter of caring about the other fellow. Anybody can see that you're a nice family of folks, hardworking and honest, I'm sure. Today, everybody knows what it means to be on the outside of something. And of course, there's always somebody who's up to take advantage of the people who don't always understand. You see, our community in Claiborne Park are made up of people who worked hard as the dickens for years to build up that little community. They're not hardworking, they're not rich and fancy people, just hardworking, honest people who don't really have much but those little homes and a dream of the kind of community that they want to raise their children in. Now, I'm not saying that we're perfect, and trust me when I say that there's a lot wrong with some of the things that they want. But you've got to admit that a man, right or wrong, has the right to have the neighborhood he lives in a certain kind of way. And at the moment, the overwhelming majority out there feel that people get along better, take more of a common interest in the life of the community when they share a common background. Now, I want you to believe me when I say that race prejudice doesn't enter into it at all. It's just a matter of the people in Claiborne Park believing, rightly or wrongly as I say, that for the happiness of all concerned, that our Negro families are happier when they live in their own communities.
You done?
So that's what you came marching all the way over here to tell us.
Well, now we've been having a fine conversation. I hope you'll hear me all the way through.
Go ahead, man.
Well, in the face of all the things that I've just said, I'm prepared to make your family a very generous offer.
30 pieces, not a dime less.
Yeah.
Well, our association is prepared through the collective effort of our people out there in Claiborne Park to buy the house from you at a financial gain to your family.
You through?
Well, you see, now I want to give you the exact terms of the financial arrangement.
I don't want to hear no exact terms, no conditions, no whatever, whoever, about nothing. Unless you got something to tell me about how people should sit down and talk to each other.
I don't suppose that you feel upset about it.
It doesn't matter how I feel. Now, unless you got something to tell me about how people should sit down and talk to each other, then you better get out of my house, man.
I don't understand why you people are reacting this way. What do you think you can gain by moving into a neighborhood where you just don't want it and where some elements, well, people can get awful worked up when they feel that their whole way of life and everything they've ever worked for is threatened?
Get out.
Serious? I'm sorry to run like this.
Get out.
Can't force people to change their hearts, son.
Lord have mercy, ain't he got the nerve?
Well, this all the packing I got done since I left out this morning. I testify before God, my children got all the energy of the day.
Mama, 4 o'clock you had a caller. Who? I'm not sure. Guess what? Some white man came over here talking about they don't want us to move into their community. Because we black.
Did y'all hear that? I heard the bell ring, right?
Yeah. I thought that was the bell.
Okay, just. Okay.
Oh, what's up, man? Who's Willie?
Hey,
Willie ain't with me.
oh, well, come on in, man. You know my wife.
Yes. Hi, Miss Ruth.
Well, you right on time. Tell me about the deal, man. What happened?
Walter, you think I could get a drink of water before I tell you about what happened?
Ain't nothing happened, right?
Let me tell you about it.
Did nothing happen?
Walter, let me, hey, thank you, Miss Ruth. Let me tell you about it. I gotta tell you about how it was. I gotta tell you about how it was. Seriously, I gotta tell you about how it was. All the way. About the money I put in.
What about the money you put in?
Walter. Well, it wasn't as much as me and Willie told you. It wasn't as much as me and Willie told you.
What happened down there? What happened down there in Springfield?
Springfield?
What was supposed to happen down in Springfield?
Well, me and Walter, we got into this deal with Willie. And me and Willie was gonna go down and we was gonna spread some money around, you know? So we wouldn't have to wait as long for the liquor license. Because that's what we had to do. Everybody said that's what we had to do.
You don't tell me what happened down there.
Well, Walter, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Tell me, goddammit, what's wrong with you?
I ain't going to no Springfield yesterday.
Why not?
I have no reason to, Walter.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when I got there to the train station at 8 o'clock. Man, Willie ain't never showed.
Where is he? Where was he?
No. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Walter. what I'm trying to tell you. I waited 6 hours for Willie. So he never came. So I called his house and I waited 6 hours for Willie. He still ain't show. So I waited at the train station for 6 hours. He still didn't show. Willie's gone, Walter. Willie's gone.
What do you mean Willie's gone? Willie, he can't be gone, man.
Willie's gone, Walter.
No, maybe you messed up and he left without you. You know Willie got his own ways, man. Maybe you were late and he went down to Springfield and took care of business without you. See, he's not gone. He's somewhere and we got to find him.
Can't find him. What's the matter with you, Walter? When a cat takes off with your money, he don't leave a road map. He's gone. He's gone, Walter.
Willie, not with that money. That money meant so much to me. That money meant so much to my family. Not with that money.
Sorry.
Willie, that money was made of my father's flesh!
Sorry, Walter. I have my life stake on this deal, too. Walter, man. Sorry.
Son, is it gone?
Yes. All of it, it's all gone.
You mean beneath his money too? Walter.
Yes!
Oh God, come down here and send me the strength.
Mama.
Strength.
Mama.
Strength.
Look, I came over, I had some free time. I thought I might help with the packing. The look of packing crates, a household in preparation of a journey. It depresses some people, but for me, it is another feeling, something of the flow of life, movement, progress. It makes me think of Africa.
Africa.
What kind of mood is this? Have I told you how deeply you move?
He gave them the money I saw, guys.
Who gave away what? Money.
The insurance money. My brother gave it away. To a man, even Travis wouldn't have trusted his most worn-out marbles.
And it's gone.
Gone. And where does it end?
Who even spoke of an end to life, to living?
An end to misery, to stupidity. Don't you see? It's just this huge, large circle that we march in, around and around, with our own little mirage of what we think is the future.
That is a mistake.
What?
What you just said about the circle, it is not merely a circle, it is a line actually. As in geometry, you know, one that reaches to infinity, and because we cannot see the end, we cannot see the changes. And it is odd, but those who see the changes, those who dream, those who don't give up, are called idealists. And those who can only see the circle are called realists.
Saga, you don't understand. When I was sleeping in that woman there, people just came and took my life right out of my hands. Nobody asked me. Nobody consulted me. He just went out and changed my life.
But was it your money?
What?
Was it your money he gave away?
It belongs to all of us.
But did you earn it? Would you have had it all if your father had not died?
No.
Then isn't there something wrong in a house? In a world where dreams, good or bad, depends on the death of a man? I never thought to see you like this, Elia. Your brother made a mistake. So now you're just gonna give up the alien human race on account of it? You all talk about what good is struggle, what good is anything? Where are we all going and are we all
But you cannot answer it.
It's because I live the answer. In my village at home, there's the exceptional man who can't even read a newspaper, or who even sees a book at all. I will go home, and much of what I will have to say will seem strange to the people of my village, but I will teach and work, and things will happen slowly and swiftly. And at times, it may seem like nothing changes at all. And then the sudden dramatic events that make history leap into the future. Resurrection, even guns, murder, revolution. I will have times even where I wonder if the quiet was worth all the death and hatred. And I will look about my village at all the illiteracy, the death, and the ignorance, and I will not wonder long. And perhaps I shall be a great man. Perhaps I shall hold on to the substance of truth that always leads me to the right course. And maybe for that, I'll be butchered in my bed tonight by the servants of the empire.
The martyr.
Perhaps I shall live to be an old man, respected and esteemed in my new nation. And maybe I might even hold office. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Elias. Maybe the things I believe now from my country will seem wrong and outmoded. And I will not do things to have my way or to merely keep my power. Don't you see that there will be black men and women, not British soldiers then, but my own black countrymen to someday step out of the shadows and slit my then useless throat? Don't you see that they have always been here? And they always will be. They who might kill me even actually replenish all that I was.
I know all that.
Good. Then stop moaning and groaning and tell me what you plan to do.
Do?
I have a bit of a suggestion.
What?
That when this is all said and done, you come home with me.
To Africa?
Yes, home to Africa. 300 years later, the African prince rose up out of the seas and swept the maiden back across the Middle Passage where her ancestors had come. I will show you our mountains, give you cool drinks from our gourds, teach you the songs of our old people, and in time, you will pretend that you have only been away for a day. Say that you'll come.
Saga, I don't know what to say to all of this right now. Too many things. Too many things have happened today. I think it takes some time to sit and think.
All right. I shall leave you. Just sit a while and think. Never be afraid to sit a while and think. How often I've looked at you and said, so this is what the new world has finally brought about.
Yes, just look at what the new world has brought. Just look. There he is. Monsieur le petit bourgeois himself. Titan of the class. Rising of the system. Entrepreneur. Did you dream of yacht on Lake Michigan, brother? Did you see yourself in that great day surrounded by almighty bald-headed men in America? Waiting on you. Waiting on your pronouncement industry. Waiting on you, chairman of the board. I look at you, and I see the fun trying stupidity in the world.
Who is that?
Your husband.
Well, where'd he go?
How should I know? Maybe he had an appointment with U.S. Steel.
You didn't say nothing bad to him, did you?
Bad. Same thing back to him? No. I just said everything is peachy keen, that's all Fake Kids say.
Well, landed a mess in here, though. I guess you all better stop moping around and get some work done. All this unpacking and stuff you gotta do.
What?
One of you all better call the movement and tell him not to come.
Tell him not to come. Lena, no.
Of course. Ain't no need of them coming all the way over here just to go back. You know they charge us for that too, right?
Lena, no.
Just aim too high all the time.
Benny, tell her we can still move. We can still move. We got 4 grown people in this house. They don't say nothing but $125 a month. We can work.
Me and Big Walter just didn't ever learn to write.
Lena, no, I'll work. I'll work 24 hours a day. I'll scrub all
differently now. But think about some of the things we could do to fix this place up some. I seen a secondhand bureau over there on Maxwell Street just the other day. It could fit right there. We'll need some new handles on it, and it'll be something new. And we could put the curtains up in the kitchen. Why this place be looking fine? Cheer us all up so we forget trouble ever come. Sometimes you gotta know when to give up some things and hold on to what you have. Where you been, son?
Made a call.
To who?
The man.
What man?
Don't you know who the man is? Like the guys on the street say, the man, Captain Boss, Mr. Charlie, Great White.
Linda?
That's right. That's good.
What you brought him over here for?
We are gonna do business with him.
Well, so what you talking about?
Talking about life. Life just like it is. You always telling me to see life like it is. Well, I sat in there and I thought about it and I figured it out. Life just like it is. Sure enough, between who gets and who don't get, takers and the tookers. It's all divided up. And we all mixed up bad. Every last one of us. People like Willie Harris, they'll never get taken. And the rest of us do. We are always crying and moaning and groaning about the right and wrong things all the time. While the takers out there operating and taking and taking and taking and taking. And people like Willie Harris, they don't even count. He don't even count in the big scheme of things. But he taught me one thing. He taught me to keep my eye on what's most important in this world. Thanks, Willie.
Well, so what you call that man over here for?
I'm gonna put on a show for the man. Just what the man wants to see. You know, Mama, that white man came in here ready to sell. I'm sorry, he wanted to buy the house that you paid for, that our father paid for. Me, Ruth, and Benny, we was full of that old time stuff. We told him to get right on out. You would have been so proud of us. Whew. So proud.
Where's the bottle? Where's a real honest to God bottle so he can't go any further?
See, that's that old stuff. You and that boy that was here earlier, you want everybody to sing a song and carry a spear and just sing those marching songs. That man's gonna find himself locked up in a dungeon somewhere, and the takers are gonna have to keep. And there ain't no causes. There ain't nothing but taking in this world, and he who takes most is smartest. And it don't make a damn bit of difference how.
But how are you gonna feel on the inside?
I'm gonna feel fine. A man.
You won't have nothing left anymore to leave.
I'm gonna feel fine. I'm gonna look that son of a gun in the eyes and I'm gonna say, all right, Miss Linda, that's your neighborhood out there. You have the right to keep it like you want. You have the right to have it like you want. Just give us the money and the house is yours. Just give us the money and you don't have to live next to no stinking bunch of Negroes. And maybe I'll get on my black knees. And I'll say, oh, great white. Father, just get us in the money and we ain't grind dirty up your white folks' neighborhood. And I'm gonna feel fine. Fine. Fine.
That is not a man. That is nothing but a toothless rat.
Yes, death done come in this here house. Done come walking in my house, talking on the lips of my children.
You were supposed to be my harvest. You were supposed to be my beginning again. Are you mourning your brother?
What?
I said, are you mourning your brother?
That is no brother of mine.
What you say?
I said that that individual in that room is no brother of mine.
That's what I thought you said. You feeling like you better than he is today? Yes? And what's that you told him a minute ago? That he wasn't a man? Yes? You wrote his epitaph too like the rest of this world? Well, who gave you the privilege?
Mama, be on my side for once. You saw what he just did down on his knees. Wasn't it you who told me to despise any man who would do what he just did? What he was going to do?
Yes, I taught you that, me and your daddy. But I thought I taught you something else too. I thought I taught you to love him.
There's nothing left to love.
There's always something left to love. And if you ain't learned that, you ain't learned nothing. Have you cried for that boy today?
I don't mean for yourself and the family because you lost the money, but I mean for him.
What he been through and what it done to him. When do you think is the time to love somebody the most?
When he done good and made things easy for everybody?
Because that ain't the time at all. It's when he's at his lowest and he can't believe in himself because the world done whipped him so. When you measure somebody, measure them right. Child, measure them right. Make sure you done taken into account what hills and valleys he come over before he got to where he is.
The moving men are downstairs.
Are they downstairs?
Hello?
He's here.
Well, I was certainly glad to get a call from you people. Well, you know what they say, life can be so much simpler than people let it be most of the time. Ain't that right? Well, with whom did I negotiate? You, Mrs. Younger, or your son here?
Walter, go downstairs. Travis, go downstairs.
Nuh-uh, Travis, you stay right here. And Walter, you make him understand what you're doing. Teach him like the good old Willie Harris taught you. And show where our 5 generations done come to. Go ahead, son. Go ahead.
Well, Miss Linder, we called you over here to tell you. We are very plain people.
Yes, Mr. Younger?
See, I've been a chauffeur most of my life. And my wife here does domestic work, so does my mother. We're very plain people.
Yes. But just some of the straight, don't touch that. Don't.
My father was a laborer most of his life.
Yes.
And well, my father, he almost beat a man to death because he called him a bad name or something. You know what I mean?
No, I'm afraid I don't know.
And what I'm trying to tell you is that we come from a race of very proud people. We are a family of very proud people. And my sister, she's going to be a doctor. We are all very proud.
Well, I'm sure that's very nice, but we have something to attend to.
What I called you over here to tell you is that this, Travis, come here. This is my son, and he makes the 6th generation of our family in this country. 6. And we've all thought about your offer.
Well, good. And what is this one?
And well, we're moving into our house. Because my father earned it for us, brick by brick. Now, we ain't gonna start no cause, we ain't gonna start no trouble, we're gonna fight no causes, we're gonna do our best to be good neighbors. And that's all we have to say about that. We don't want your money.
I take it then that you decided to occupy?
That's what the man said.
Then I would like to appeal to you, Mrs. Younger. You are older and much wiser than Mr. Younger over here, and probably understand things better, I'm very sure.
I'm
right?
afraid you don't understand. My son said we was moving, and there's nothing left for me to say. You know how these young folks is, mister.
Can't do a thing with him.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Adios.
Oh. If you're that final about it, there's nothing left for me to say.
Can you do me a favor? Take that hat off till you get out my house.
And by the way, I hope you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Well, if the movement in here, let's get the hell out of here. And it's a trouble.
Let me just have that. Make sure you put Travis a good jacket on it.
Lord have mercy, where's my plate? Walter, fix your shirt and tuck his heart in. I mean, wait. Fix your tie, tuck your shirt. You look like somebody.
Go fetch. Mama, it's not our fault.
Did he, baby? You ain't old enough to marry nobody.
Walter, be careful with that. I got on my good merchandise in there. Mama, to Africa. Yeah, baby. Africa, Mama. I understand. Okay.
What do you want you to go to Africa for?
To practice there.
Better get those silly ideas out your head. Now you need to marry a man with some loot.
What are the men to you who are married?
Plenty. Now a man like George Murchison, ooh, that rich.
I wouldn't marry George Murchison if he was African and I was Eve. Okay.
Say something all right, my children.
Sure. Shh.
He finally comes his man today, right? Kind of like the rainbow after the rain.
He shouldn't.
Y'all come on now. Movement gets paid by the hour.
Go on down. I'll be down with the record.